Hi. Holy moly, you guys. Okay. I am so sorry, Brittany. I am so sorry. Blab is literally not working. Everything I try to do freezes. So this is our backup. I am so sorry, Team Aloha. So sorry that I am failing at the blabbing. Totally failing. I'm going to give it a second and wait for more of Brittany's team to hop on here. I am so sorry. I'm embarrassed. Okay. So while I'm waiting for people to join, if you are joining and you are somebody who usually watches these, this is a slightly different, slightly special Periscope. This is actually very specifically I was a guest speaker this morning for another leader named Brittany, and that's Aloha. And so you can totally be on and you can totally watch, but know that this is actually a team call. I had technical difficulties getting onto their team call to be their guest, and so we moved it over here to Periscope. So if you're a regular follower, regular watcher, you can totally hang out. This is specific to Brittany's team. So, hi. Oh, I'm so bummed that I couldn't get on it. So I'm going to give it just another minute or two to let people switch over, because there was like a pretty nice chunk, nice crowd you had over there, Brittany. And yes, I look like a mess. I did that on purpose. Okay. That has everything to do with what we're talking about today. If you're like, what, who would be a guest speaker on a team call and look like a hot mess? Me. I would. I totally would. Okay. So thanks for that, Brittany. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Should I just go ahead and get started, Brittany? Or do you want me to wait a little longer? You probably have more communication with your people than I do. Okay, so hi, Aloha team. My name is Lauren Brooks, and I am a Black status presenter. And Brittany asked me to do this call for you today. So and she specifically asked me to talk about staying true to yourself when it comes to running your business. And I have so many thoughts on this, okay? But first, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said, I am a Black status presenter. I joined July 28th, 2014. It took me 16 months to hit Black status. But I feel like I never feel like my story is particularly interesting. I just worked hard. That's really what it came down to, is I worked hard. Anything that came up in those 16 months, I have a hard time talking about the quote unquote obstacles to my success, because I never really saw any of them as things that would stop me from being successful. My husband deployed for 6 months previously. We moved across the country. I worked through every single bit of it. Nothing has ever really been anything that has ever been a stopper to that. So I have a hard time sharing about overcoming obstacles, because it's just what it was. I wanted to be successful, so I worked. So let's talk about being true to yourself. So when we start our businesses, we often don't know, okay? We don't know what to do, especially if you've never done direct sales before. You don't really know where to start. And so you sometimes, and I'm saying you, but I mean like a collective you, any of us, right? Have a tendency to look around and decide that we are going to watch the leaders, watch the ones who have been successful, and do as they do. And you know what? I teach that. I say, hey, watch the leaders and do as they do. But there's a tricky sticking point there, okay? You can't be other people. You cannot be other people in your business, okay? So this is twofold. There are two parts of this, all right? So I'm going to say, and they're kind of contradictory, so bear with me. I'm going to say a whole lot of stuff about being true to yourself, and then I'm going to say a whole lot of stuff about being flexible and growing who you are, okay? So whoever you are is who you need to be, all right? I'm going to give you an example. When I first started, I started shortly after Angela Roper, which is Brittany's sponsor, and like very shortly after, like really close to one another. And so there was Bree, and there was Angela, and there was gaggle of other women who were on Bree's team at the time. It was pretty small. There was only 24 of us. And we kind of were all in it together, right? And Angela was really good at sharing, and Bree was really good at sharing. And so I watched how they shared, okay? But here's a fundamental difference between myself and Angela and myself and Bree. They're the very kind of naturally, super natural mamas, super crunchy for lack of a better word, right? And Angela has a way of speaking that's very earthy, okay, for lack of a better term. And I hope if she watches this, she considers that a compliment, because it's just who she is. I am not super earthy, okay? I am the furthest thing from earthy. I am not super, I'm not like not, there's certain things that, we prefer more natural, but that's not something that has ever been part of who I am. When people see me and talk to me and interact with me, they do not look at me and see somebody who's super natural and crunchy, okay? So when I was watching the things that Angela was doing, she was focusing on a lot of these things. It spoke to her personality. Okay, it was who she is. If I had posted the same thing she was posting word for word, my audience would not have believed me. Okay, they would have been like, I don't know who that is. That is not my friend. I'm not buying things from her. It would not be genuine, okay? So it's really important when you are building your business, you stay genuine to who you are. You stay genuine to your personality, because the minute you start talking like somebody else, you lose your audience. You lose your market. They're not going to believe in your business, because it is not going to look like you. It's not going to sound like you. It's not going to be you, because it's going to be you taking another person's words and another person's personality and trying it on. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, you might not know who you are, okay? You might not have a clue who you are. And that is the beautiful thing about this business. Okay, because you can find out who you are in this business. All right. It takes some soul searching, and it takes some learning, and it takes some effort. But if all you're doing is showing up and posting what other people are posting, okay, you can always tell when a post has gone viral on Facebook, because almost every single unique presenter on my friends list starts posting the same post. And that's great, because there's some great ideas, but you can always tell when it's word for word, verbatim what another person has said. Edit it, okay? Edit it. Make it yours. Make your business yours, okay? You want to know what a big part of my business is? This right here. I am a Black status presenter, and I look like a hot mess 99% of the time, okay? Can I do my makeup? Yeah. Do I do my makeup? Yeah. Yeah, that's what we do, right? I take selfies. I do all that, but I am not afraid to be a little messy and grubby, because guess what, guys? That's who I am. Like, I am not super glammy. If I showed up and started trying to work my business, they'd be like, ooh, lash glam diva. My friends would be like, who are we working with? They would be so confused, you guys. That is not me. Okay, this is me. It is so important that you be you in your business and not anybody else. And it's so important that if you don't know who you are, you take the time to figure out what that is. You take the time to figure out what you enjoy in life. Outside of your business even, what do you enjoy? What makes you you? Okay? When you want to post something on Facebook, because we should be posting on regular, what are the things that you want to post about? What do you care about? Okay? And that's a fine line, okay? Because there are some who like really controversial topics, okay? And there, this is kind of a hard thing to say. There are some who like really controversial topics. And this isn't saying that you should never have an interest in the things you have an interest in, but you don't, when you're running a business, you don't want to offend people with your business, okay? Because you offend people with your business and you're going to lose business, all right? And that's true not just of network marketing. That's true of any business, brick and mortar store, whatever. The minute they start offending people, they're losing business. I know people who will not use businesses in the town I live in because of something political or religious or something or another that they said, all right? I'm not gonna say beyond that, because I think each individual has to decide what's right for them. But remember, when you are posting really polarizing things, okay, you are alienating people. So you have to be careful when you are if you're somebody who loves the controversy, right, and loves sort of those debates and all that sort of stuff, you have to be very careful when you do it. All right. I'm not saying you can't, but you have to do it in a way that is respectful and that is kind and that is not going to turn people off. Okay. Because if you're super offensive when you get on Facebook, nobody wants to do some business with somebody who's super offensive. Even if they agree with you, if they find anything, your tone offensive, they don't want to do that. Okay. So when you're running your business, it's important that your business looks like you, and it's important that it sounds like you, and it's important that, oh shoot, my son is crying. I have no idea where my children are now that I'm sorry, guys. I am doing this on my own right now. Hold on, have to find him. Guys, what are you doing? Get out of here. Come on. Where's your sister? Here, I'll get him, Bubba. Sorry, this is real life. Yes, I have one more thing. I have one more flip side of this that I want to share. Come on, Bubba. Come on. Let's go. Okay. Okay, so, hi guys. We're good. So, the flip side, because I just said a whole lot. Baby, we're just going to have to do another one of those. I'm out of breath. I'm good, you guys. I'm good. Okay, we're good. We're back. Okay. So the flip side to this, right? I just said a whole lot of stuff about being, and I think I froze, but I should be coming back. I said stuff about being yourself and being true to who you are and all of that jazz. Okay. Now, I'm about to say something that totally contradict that, and that is this. You have to also be willing to change. Okay. Sometimes the person we are when we're going to be successful. I feel like those are some harsh words, right? To come out. They sound a little harsh. Okay. But I'm going to keep going. It keeps glitching, but I'm going to keep going.